they came out with more heart, more energy. They played harder. This was a disappointing last week. We lose the NJAC championship, then come up here and give a lack of effort. We really didn't start playing until 10 minutes to go. They have a good team. They're well coached. They have two really good players that really carry them. We knew that. We prepared. We talked about what their two best players do, and we did nothing to stop them today. It's disappointing as a coach and as a former player. Been in a lot of big games in my career. I obviously played somewhat up in this area. I played at Siena, so just real disappointed, man. Disappointed in the effort, disappointed in the lack of leadership on my team, and you know, the fact that we finished 21-8 really isn't something I'm thinking about right now, because I thought we could have won a lot more games, but we turned the ball over a lot today. We fouled a lot, and they just did a much better job. They deserve to win. Wish them the best tomorrow.
Coach, you mentioned those last 10 minutes where you did have a pretty good run at it, down by 10. You were able to get back to within 4. You had a couple minutes there where you weren't making the mistakes that seemed to bother you the rest of the night.
Right.
What prevented you from keeping that to the end of the game?
Don't really know. There's one thing that's been a problem with this team all year. There's a lack of discipline offensively and defensively, and it's disappointing because we have 5 seniors and they didn't get the job done today. We came out, Chiwe Wosu, one of our better inside guys, misses 2 point-blank layups, and we kind of lost sync from there, to be honest with you. And in this kind of tournament where you have all good teams out of some of the best teams in the country, you can't make those kind of mistakes. And the real problem was we turned the ball over too much. You know, a lot of them were unforced too. We had 13 turnovers in the first half, finished with 24. You're not going to win in a tournament game like that.
And Jalen, you were able to make some of the impact plays tonight when they're trying to get back into the game, coming up with some of those bigger baskets that let you draw in close. How are you able to keep fighting in this game, even though clearly wasn't going the way that you guys had planned?
Like Coach said, we fought. At the end, it wasn't a good effort, but at the end, I just said to myself, it's my senior year. I should have thought about that earlier, and I regret what happened.
And Sam, as you come into it here as one of the younger players, you're going to have an opportunity to try to build off of this for the next couple of years. Well, what are the lessons you learned about national tournament play here tonight?
Coach been telling me all year that I got to get better on defense. So it starts with me myself. Started the game off giving up the John both times to the rack and got 2 early fouls. Keep me out of the game early. So my focus is just to get better on defense. My offense is going to come. Coach been telling me that all year, and that's one of the things I work on in practice. So with me, it's just like keep working. My work ethic is always there. As long as I can work, I think I'll get better.
So Jalen, tonight obviously wasn't your night, but as you start to reflect a little bit on your career here, what were some of your proudest moments in that uniform?
Just playing with the team. It all started last year. I remember like it was yesterday. Email coach, and from there it took off. Like I said, just playing with 2 great teams, winning ECAC championship, and playing in the national tournament has always been a dream of mine since I was young. I set out from playing it, and I played it. So.
And so, Sam, as you obviously have to start the whole thing over again with off-season workouts and pickup games and the whole thing, what are the things your team will have to work on this spring and this summer to make sure you can go a little farther next time?
Coach, biggest thing is defense. If you can't play defense and you can't be coach, you can't play for Coach Brown. And that's why I'm here. I want to get better. I want to share my legacy with somebody else when I grow and get older and when I get into coach's position. So as long as I work and we get players that's going to work the same way, I don't think we're going to have a problem.
And then just same question, Coach, as you take that eye and turn it toward next season, what are the things that you'll have to do to take that next step?
Obviously, after a disappointing loss, it's hard to reflect on the positives. And, I as a player, I was pretty intense. I'm pretty intense as a coach, as you probably saw tonight. But we did win 42 games in the past 2 years, so it's hard to win 20 games in a 25-game season for Division III. So I'm proud of that. Next year, we lose a lot, but we have our hands on some really good players, I think, that are coming in and have the potential to really keep us at that level. We play in a really good league, top to bottom, the NJAC. So my goal is to just kind of keep us at the top of the NJAC and definitely get back to this position, get back into this tournament next year. The program is right where I want it to be. My first couple of years, taking over from my dad, I struggled a little bit. Had to get used to recruiting. We are in a hotbed. of New Jersey, northern New Jersey. There's a lot of schools, a lot of basketball players, a lot of schools, both Division III, junior college, Division II and I. So it's really difficult recruiting, but I've kind of gotten a handle on that, and I have the program right where I want it to be. So I'm excited about the possibilities of next year, but we do lose 5 seniors, and it's going to be tough to replace Jalen scoring, Chi Wei's leadership. It's really going to be tough to replace those 2 things. But we'll see. The program's in good shape. I'm happy in the direction we're headed, so we'll see.